What's up everybody, it's Thursday night, it's the late night agenda. I'm your host Craig, and of course this is the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. How the hell are we all? I hope you're keeping well, I hope your week's been treating you well, and it's not too far now until the Reds are back in action. Only a couple of more sleeps and we get to see Liverpool play again. Fingers crossed it's 3 points against Bournemouth on Saturday. Look, let's be honest, 3 points is the minimum that we can get away with for this, but although there is no fucking maximum, Craig, relax buddy, there's only 3 points at stake, you know what I mean. Nothing less than a win is good enough. Alex, that's you've got me there, mate. All them numbers, random numbers, 1 2 1 2 1 2 2 2 1 2 2 1 2. No idea what that means, pal. But unless it's the goal difference you're hoping for, that'd be pretty damn nice. Right, guys, how are we? How is everybody feeling tonight? I hope you've had a nice Thursday. I hope you're all settled in. I hope you're feeling well. Hopefully we can have a bit of fun tonight and relax a little bit and let the good times roll, because there's been enough negativity lately. There's been enough doom mongers, enough naysayers. Let's get back and have a bit of fun. Let's have a conversation around Liverpool's midfield. What is Liverpool's best midfield trio? Now, I suppose, guys, there's two ways we can look at this. And hello to everybody, by the way. I realise I haven't had a chance to say hello to everybody in the chat tonight. So, apologies on that one if I've missed out on anything. I hope you're all keeping well. Apologies, I'm just flicking through my notes here just before I get this going, because I want to have a decent conversation around this one. Right, here we go. Liverpool's best midfield trio, guys. There's two ways we can look at this. We can look at this from the point of view of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain being available, and we can look at this from the point of view of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain not being available. Probably best to look at it with him not being available, because when he comes back, it's going to be a massive plus for us. It's going to be a massive bonus, but it's not going to be anytime soon. It's not going to be this weekend against Bournemouth. It's not going to be next week. It's not going to be the week after, perhaps a little bit down the line. So for the sake of this chat, maybe let's look at this without Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, if that's okay. It's mad though, because most of us probably have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in our first three in midfield. Right, let's have a little look-see-poo. Right, for me, guys, I've gone with... without Chamberlain, I've gone for Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum and Jordan Henderson as my preferred midfield trio. It's a tough choice, but either way, whatever way I line this up, whatever I go with, I'm lacking creativity. I see work rate, I see guile, I see passing, I see everything in my midfield trio except the ability to unlock a defence, and I don't really think we have that in our squad. Not somebody who we can rely on, so for me, I'm just going for the all reliable, the tried and tested. Fabinho, I think he's stepping up his game. I think he's settling into the Liverpool squad very nicely now. Gini has been our unsung hero for the season, if the truth be told. I think he's been magnificent this year. He's stepped up his level of performance. Competition has obviously got him to raise his game to a level where, and a consistency that I didn't quite think he had, if I'm being honest. And Jordan Henderson, for me, is somebody who I think we don't notice what he does until he's not there. He keeps the ball moving along, he keeps play ticking, he lets us move the ball a bit quicker through midfield. Yes, I can understand everybody who has arguments against him. I have my own things I don't like about Jordan Henderson, but for me, this is just my conversation from my point of view. Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum and Jordan Henderson is the midfield three I would go with. And I know a lot of you are probably a little bit shocked at that, because I'm a massive Naby Keita fan. But if I'm being honest, going into this weekend against Bournemouth in a must-win game, I'm looking for those three to perform. Let's go over and see how everybody else is feeling. I'm looking forward to seeing this, because there's going to be a lot of conversation around this. It's a topic that I've been holding back for a while, because I know it can be quite divisive, and I thought maybe we'd have a little bit of a pick-me-up tonight and a bit of fun. So Angus Court has gone for Wijnaldum, Henderson and Fabinho, same as myself, pal. I love it, and I swear I didn't pick that one out. That was the first one that my cursor went over. O-Dog said at the moment their best midfield is probably Fabinho, Wijnaldum and Keita. Austin Agard said Gini, Fabinho and Henderson. Good. I like that a lot of us, I think, in the same way here. If it's a 4-3-3, then it has to be a 4-3-3 though, really, doesn't it? Because that's what we play, if the truth be told. We can talk about diamonds and stuff, but as it stands, in some form or another, we're generally playing a 4-3-3, even if that's two holding midfielders and somebody at the tip, or 4-2-3-1. It's pretty much a similar thing with regards to line-up, because it's going to be the front three played in some form or another and somebody else slotting in there. So, anyway, Brian Morrissey's gone for Gini, Fabinho and Henderson right now. In a 4-2-3-1, Gini and Fabinho, and I would agree with that, mate. That's exactly what I'd go with myself. Milner, Fabinho and Wijnaldum for Jose, and you can't really argue with James Milner being in there. He's very, very good when he plays. Imran's gone for Fabinho, Gini and Keita. Origi has... Oh, you don't want to be called Origi anymore. I can't remember what you wanted to be called these days, but Everton sucks Liverpool for the win has gone for Lallana, Wijnaldum and Fabinho. I'm pretty shocked with that one. I can't see Lallana's name appearing much in tonight's conversation, if I'm being honest, just from my point of view. But everybody sees football differently. Everybody sees what different players can bring to the game. Lallana, for me, at the moment, maybe it's because he's coming back with injury, maybe it's age, I don't know. I just think he's a second behind play. The Revanite's gone for Gini, Fabinho and Keita. Craig, you better get a good antivirus for Saturday at 3 PM. I'm all good to go, hopefully, I think. Milner, Keita and Lallana for Leon Khan. Amric said we need a Fixture. Mate, we certainly do need somebody in of that ilk, or somebody in that role, as you rightly said. LFC Gamer said, I want to know, if we beat Bournemouth and draw against Man United and Man City win their other 2 games, will we be top or City? Well, the way you've put it there, mate, City would, because they'll have played a game more than us. If we beat Bournemouth and draw against Manchester United, that puts us 1 game ahead of City. So if City won their other game, we'd be top by 1 point. If we both play the same amount of games, going on those results you're talking about, we'd be top by a point. That's why we need Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain midfield, said Odell. Keita should play attacking midfield. October said, I don't need to know when Oxlade-Chamberlain comes back. I just want him to come off the bench in some random game and score a 40-yard banger. That'd do rather nicely. Latter stages of the Champions League, fingers crossed, October. Hello Craig, hope you had a great day. My top 3 midfielders are Keita, Henderson and Gini. That's for ex-net plays. Pragmavert said Fabinho can do balls over the top. He can step through as well, which I like about him. He's just a little bit more dynamic in that 6 than Jordan Henderson is for me personally. Hey, what else we got? Tippy has said Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Milner. Fabinho can be creative and has very good passing. Okay, let me just go hatch back up. Again, lots of variations of similar things. Trinian has gone for Milner, Fabinho and Keita. Do you know what? There's a lot of consistency here with Fabinho, isn't there? A lot of people going for Fabinho in their midfield, which is good. It's good that everybody is now convinced by his ability and can see what he can bring to the team in that 6. Okay, who else we got in? Gini, Fabinho, Henderson for Tussie. Easy LFC man. I just wants a team of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlains. Austin Agard 4-3-3 when Oxlade-Chamberlain comes back, and Tom Boland's gone. Hendo, Gini and Fabinho. Okay, let me see who else we've got in. Hey Craig, boy in the house. Whoop whoop. How are we, Jay? Can't call me an egg anymore, mate. See this? Fucking full head of hair growing on here, pal. It's coming. It's coming thick and fast. This is day number 3 without shaving my head, and it's weird, man. It's really fucking weird. What's the next match? What time? 3 PM Saturday, Bournemouth, Martin. Liverpool at home. Pragmaverts has gone for Fabinho, Milner and Keita. Milner combines well with the left back and does a 1-2 inside pocket. That's the first time I've heard that phrase. Craig's son, the goatee's really taken on a life of its own. Well played. Thank you, mate. I'm trying my best. Just to prove that I do have hair somewhere. He said, insert joke. Okay, what else have we got? Keita looks really nervous, said Will, but that's what you get when you move to the Premier League. Give him time, the man's top quality and there's no doubt about it. Did anybody see the piece actually? Will's after bringing up Naby Keita there, so that reminds me of a piece I read today from John Aldridge that spoke about Lallana and Keita just not being good enough. He pretty much seems to have written off Naby Keita, and as much as I love Aldo, and I do love Aldo for very many reasons, I don't like that he's done that. I don't like that he's come out and knocked Naby Keita. Look, you can say that he hasn't hit the ground running. Fair enough. Nobody can deny that. But to write him off almost, and maybe I'm being a little bit harsh here on John Aldridge, but that's how I read it. I'm not sure if he said move him on. I'll be lying now. I could be wrong on that one. Somebody else I'm sure has read this and they'll be able to fill you in properly. But from my cursory glance over it, it seemed like he'd written off Lallana and Keita. Keita has been too lightweight, I think, and Lallana has been too injury prone. I don't disagree with him with regards to Adam Lallana, but I woe betide anybody who writes off Naby Keita just yet. See, I'm wondering, am I a little bit biased towards Naby Keita? Because every day I go into my living room and I've got a signed Naby Keita shirt on the wall behind me that the club kindly sent over for Lucas. And I get up every day and I walk out of the room and I turn around and I look and I see this beautiful Naby Keita shirt staring back at me and I smile. One, because, you know, I love Liverpool memorabilia, and two, because the club sent it, and I love the fact that the club sent it. So maybe I'm a little bit biased. Maybe I'm not writing him off, and I'm backing him to the hilt. But I've accused other people before of Jordan Henderson hate. Maybe I have Naby Keita blindness. So I'm going to ask you guys for your honest opinions on Naby Keita. And I'm not going to jump down anybody's throat, and I'm not going to say fuck you for writing him off. I'm going to hold back. I'm going to try and allow everybody to be fair and frank in this discussion. We'll get back to the midfield conversation, of course we will. But Naby Keita, guys, what are you feeling? What's the story? Fabinho, Gini and Chamberlain for Kev. Fabinho is a tank. I love him. Big ball octopus. Absolutely love the lad. Oxlade-Chamberlain store on a 40-yard banger, and Craig has grown that mohawk. I was thinking about this mohawk earlier on October. If I'm growing my hair, the mohawk could be a problem. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because, as you guys know, the reason that I didn't have hair is because my hair makes me feel dirty. So this is a psychological exercise for me, growing my hair. This is me pushing myself to see how far I can let it go before every fibre of my being runs up to the bathroom, grabs the old razor out in the shaving gel and gets the head bald again. So I don't know what to do about the mohawk if that is the situation. Maybe we can work something out here. Maybe we can figure something out. Maybe I can do a mohawk when I have hair. I don't know. I just don't want to go through growing hair and then have to shave it all off. It would feel like I've gone backwards. Or maybe I'll cave in the next 2 days and just rip all my hair off anyway, so. Right, where are we? I'm so fed up with the last 3 results. Conceded 3 against Palace, drawn 2 games in a row that we need to win, said Skeleton. Sorry, my mouse is sticking here. I'm sick of these cheap fucking mouses? I don't know what you want to call them. Can't bounce back and beat Bournemouth, and in all honesty, we don't deserve to win the league, said Paul Turner. Craig, have you heard the plans to get Anfield rocking in the Premier League? No, I have not, Amric. I haven't been on social media and stuff, mate, so I haven't really been keeping an eye. Eganito said, I'm biased on Keita, and rightly so. For years we've been back in shite. Now let's get a world-class player that needs confidence. Love it, mate. They say Octopus could come from another planet. That's how good Fabinho is, said Jose. Hair makes you feel dirty. What about your eyebrows then, mate? I've no choice on them, October. I can't fucking shave off my eyebrows. I will look like an absolute patient if I do that. So yes, I couldn't. Sometimes I do trim them, I'm not going to lie. I say, I get the good lady wife to do it, because if I did it, I'd end up looking like a clown. Even more so. But yeah, October, hair on my head just makes me feel dirty. It's weird. I can't explain it, but it's true. Naby needs to stop talking French to Mane and talk to the others. I think he is trying his best to learn, but the language is a fair shout, Pragmaverts. As soon as he can pick up English and speak it at a better level, I'm sure it will help him on the field. People making it sound like Keita's a flop. He's not being great, but it's a bit harsh, said O-Dog. I just don't think Keita's settled, Craig. If I'm honest, we haven't got time to let him settle. For me, it's unsettled in midfield. He seems to be a confidence player. And maybe next season is his, which is a fair shout from Kev. So, Origi or Everton sucks Liverpool for the win, whichever way we're going to describe. This gentleman has taken the time to rate our midfielder, so he's gone 7 for Oxlade-Chamberlain, 9 for Fabinho, 7 for Lallana. I find it very strange that Lallana and Oxlade-Chamberlain are the same score here, but I'll keep moving on. 10 for Gini Wijnaldum, mate. I've never given anybody a 10 for anything in my life. I'm just a horrible fucker though. Keita 5.5. Shaqiri when he's starting a 6, and when he's sub an 8. There you go. Thank you for taking the time to do that, mate. I very much appreciate your thought process and your input. Studio 7 said, against United, Keita will get destroyed. Keita will make lots of mistakes, not physical enough. I think you are Keita blind. For the Premiership, he's not what we want. Well, let me just address 2 things in that conversation, mate, if that's okay. Against United, yes. You know what? I probably agree with you. I think Pogba will have him on toast if we played him against United at this moment in time. I'll agree with you. Long term, I still stand over the fact that he will be good enough. But I have nothing to prove that yet, other than my good wishes and seeing him play for Leipzig. So, at the moment, you're more right than I am. I do agree with you over the United game. I just think long term, as somebody else, I think Kev or somebody pointed out earlier on, it is always too early to write somebody off after one season. It may turn grey before the season ends, said Paul. Do you know what? I had this conversation with the wife, Paul. I would love my hair to have grown and for it to be all grey. I would have loved that. Silver Fox is doing me the finest. I swear to God, I'm going to smash this mouse. It is an absolute piece of shite. Craig, you and Connor definitely off to the Fulham game. If so, enjoy. No, we're not off to the Fulham game. We never got the tickets. Nobody ever contacted us. As I said, I'm never going to call somebody out publicly, but the tickets were offered to us. Then radio silence. The person disappeared, and we've never had any conversations since. No offers, and we're not going chasing. So no, mate, we aren't going over to the Fulham game. Unfortunately, this will be the first season in my adult life that I haven't gotten over to a single damn game. Not one. It's really annoying me. I had a conversation with Connor about it the other day. It's so frustrating. But I'm not the only one in this position. I've no right to be crying and whinging about it. Kirby, hey Craig, now getting out of school, glad to see your face. I think you're the first person that's ever said they're glad to see my face, mate. Honestly, the wife doesn't even say that to me. Harry Carling said, Naby has flashes of brilliance every game. He needs to be more consistent and understand his role, which will get better with playing time. Thank you for that, Harry. There's a quality player in Keita. Klopp just needs to unlock the greatness, said Tom Boland. You can have a red faux hawk. I like that phrase, October. Nice use of words there. Is that a good compromise? We'll come up with something. We'll come up with something that works, mate. Maybe I can just dye my hair 3 different colours or something. And grow a goatee hawk. Maybe we can do that. Douglas James Horn said our best midfield is Fabinho, Wijnaldum and Shaqiri. I would disagree on Shaqiri, buddy, personally, but again, you see it differently and I respect your thoughts. What else have we got? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch back up, figure out where my mouse left me off and where I'm fucked up. Form is temporary, class is permanent. Yes, it most certainly is, my friend. One of my favourite phrases, actually, that one. Except I like to mix it up a little bit, Jamie. I go pain is temporary, pride is forever. That's the one I like. Craig, you and Connor have done that one. Kate is just trying to force things and make stuff happen too early. Once he's a few games and settles into the league and the country, he'll be one of our best players, said Brian Morrissey. Yes, mate. But you know what? I'm glad. I agree with so many of you tonight. It's good. Maybe, do you know? No, I'm not going down that road, actually. That would just land me in trouble. But it's good. I think maybe we're all convincing each other here. October said, Redmen put out a request that if you're going to the match, get there early with your flags and scarves and make Anfield the loudest. Give them confidence with our cheers. And well done. Fair play to the lads at Redmen for that. Yeah, make it bounce, make the place rocking and give the lads the confidence. So fingers crossed that happens. Is Trent going to be fit for Bournemouth game? I don't think so, mate, but I'm waiting for the manager's press conference tomorrow. Kev said he'll come good. Fabinho just hit the ground running. Even at that though, he did take time, didn't he, before he was introduced into the team, really. Where else have we? Some more of your comments. Where's that one gone? October's put the link in as well to the Anfield Agenda YouTube, or not YouTube, this is the fucking YouTube channel, Craig, to the Twitter account. If anybody is on Twitter and you haven't yet followed the account, it's really simple. It's just Anfield Agenda or at Anfield Agenda. Same for Kev on the Instagram account. And the link to the Discord group is in there as well, which is brilliant. Somewhere, I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. But guys, most importantly, look, if you're here and you're watching, welcome. Thank you for contributing to the chat so far tonight. If you're enjoying the stream and you're enjoying the conversation with the people involved, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Help us on our march to 10,000. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there bit by bit by bit. This little channel of ours is growing and growing and growing. And myself and Connor have a little league table of Liverpool channels, believe it or not. And we're moving up that league table. So as you know, everybody has their subscriber numbers and we're moving up that league table. We're just about to get into the European positions, I think. So if you are watching, you haven't subscribed, we'd love it if you could do that. And of course, drop a like on the stream as well. The stream numbers for everybody have gone down a little bit. People are a little bit, I don't know if they're disheartened or a little bit worried or what's going on here. But I hope that everybody is full of confidence again after the game of the weekend. I'm sure the lads will go out and put in a performance. This mouse is getting smashed. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely getting smashed. There we go. I moved on to a different surface. Hopefully this will work. Gakul said Oxlade-Chamberlain is fit, but as Klopp put it, it's about building that endurance and getting a few minutes again, building the endurance so he doesn't get injured. spot on. I said to you guys before, when somebody's coming back from an injury like this, a long-term injury like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has, secondary injuries are often picked up, whether it be a muscle strain or a dead leg or something like that, because you've been off it for so long and you haven't really put in that, whilst you've trained, you haven't put in that explosiveness that you need in a match. I really hope we play Henderson, Milner and Wijnaldum as our midfield against United. No Fabinho. Wow, I would definitely have Fabinho in against United personally. But again, those midfield trio would be hard working. I would just fear for creativity. But I suppose it depends what way we're going to look to play that one. If we're going to look there to try and get a point out, if we're going to go there to try and be compact, it's going to be a very, very interesting game. Liam said, alright Craig, talking to me mate the other day, his uncle works at Melwood and he was telling me Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's a few weeks away. He reckons he's watched a few training sessions from the balcony and he's looking good. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, I cannot wait for him to come back, guys. I really can't. We have a very small stream tonight. That's okay. We'll have these nights October, but you know what? It gives everyone a chance to get their views, thoughts and read out, and gives everyone a chance to express themselves. So I always look at a positive. If it's a small stream, great. More comments read out, more people we get to, well, less people, but you know what I'm trying to say here. I'm going around in a circle and I'm digging myself a big hole. It'll be the same colour as mine, Craig said. Are you grey, Paul? You lucky bastard. Sing a song for Mo Salah. You don't want me singing, pal. You really don't. I want Keita to be as good as the player we thought we were getting, said Sean. I think we all do, Sean. And he hasn't been. That's a fair show. Craig, will you stream the Fulham game if you're there? Again, I'm not going to the game. Genie, Fabinho and Keita. Henderson is the fourth man, said Pedro. What's up, Craig? How are we, Owen? Great to have you in, pal. What else we got? Craig, I said I really hope we don't play that midfield versus United. Oh, excuse me. There you go, mate. Well, then we're in agreement, aren't we? See, I often read out comments wrong, mate. Sorry, I'm trying to skim through everything so quickly that one word sometimes, just missing that one word or even changing do to don't can really fuck up someone's comment. Is Rhian Brewster back? No, and he won't be back anytime soon, I don't think. I think Jurgen Klopp said a while ago, let's just forget about this season. And if he does come back and we do get some minutes out of him, see that as a bonus. Call Bielsa, he'll tell you how Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is looking in training. Or Trent, sorry, Trent. See, there you go again. 3 letters, Craig, mixing them up and you've ruined someone's comment. Robbie Fowler or Luis Suarez? Robbie Fowler for me. I just love Fowler. But my God, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. They're two amazing footballers. Charlie said, Craig, I think Oxlade-Chamberlain is the missing piece. I honestly do. He can play outright as well. What do you think? I think he'll be crucial for us the remainder of the season. He definitely brings something else to our attack, Charlie. He gives us more pace, more power. I've talked about his dynamic running before. He can shoot from distance, which I don't think we've been doing enough of lately. And yes, absolutely, he gives us an edge. He gives us something different, and I cannot wait to have him back. Trent is fit, mate. He's been back training for a few days as well as Hendo. Genie put pics up of them on there, Twitter and Instagram. Back training doesn't necessarily mean they're going to play. I just want confirmation, Liam, tomorrow from the gaffer before I make a fool out of all of us or myself by saying, yep, he's available. I just need a whinge. It's pissing down with rain and my car is parked hella far away from the office and I've not got an umbrella. I'm going to melt. Umbrellas are for pussies, October. I'm really anti-umbrellas. Get your hood up and just run. That's what I say. Get your hood up and run. Kieran TVHD is in, mate. How are you? Looking forward to the game against us. Coming up, mate. Not too long away. 28 spectators and 37 likes. How have we only got 28 people watching? That is absolutely fucking shocking. I think that is the lowest number we've ever had on a stream. That is weird. How on earth have we only got that many watching? That is definitely the lowest number of people I ever remember in one of our streams. And I'm going right back to the first couple of months. We had more than these on live streams. Wow. What else we got? My uncle worked at City Home Ground. He said Pep pictures of Klopp in his office. Oh no. 28 is so low, Craig. Must be YouTube acting up. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I didn't get a notification. That's why I'd say, yeah. I don't know what's going on with our notifications. Nobody is getting them. Last night as the stream went on, we got more and more and more people. I don't know if Connor's watching, if he can check. If you can check something out, buddy, if you are watching. It is going slower and slower and slower. And then it builds up. At the end of last night's stream, I think we'd like towards 200 watching. Umbrellas are for the Wally with the Baroli, said Anthony. I thought my phone was broken or something. 28 for ages, said Brian. Look, gives everyone a chance to get their comments in, doesn't it? Fuck it. We'll see if people catch up later on, see if they'll jump into the stream. We're elite. We're the elite 28, said Farwell. I'm sure I've counted more than 28 fucking names in these comments so far. Do you remember a couple of months ago Man City paid UEFA and never got punished? That's still being looked at, to be fair. Let's just wait and see what happens. Start ranting and swearing and bitching about shitty and then they'll get some in, said Claire. Do you know what? I'd rather have 28 Liverpool fans than 200 people with 40 people coming in calling me a bald nonce or talking shit about Liverpool. Craig, where would you like us to see us strengthening in the summer? Strengthen in the summer, said Jay. I did on that actually. I put a poll up earlier on, well yesterday, on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account that said exactly that, mate. And I asked everybody where they'd like to see, and the position that actually won the vote was centre back. Believe it or not, centre back followed by a forward/wide player. And number 10 came in third, which I'm absolutely shocked at, if I'm being honest, Jay. Because a number 10 would be top of my list. We need somebody to play between the lines, and then a wide forward, and then a centre back, and then a full back. Craig, you know where the Caribbean is? I live them. I think he meant there, mate, but I'm jealous. I'm seriously jealous. If you're on loan, you can't play against loaner club, right? So Klein won't be playing. No, Klein won't be playing, but obviously Solanke is available to play. Ask for everyone to leave. I can guarantee it'll go up by at least 40 likes. Nah, it won't. But you attracted your own message there. Why did you do that? Against United, I think we're going to do what we did at Anfield against them. A midfield 4 or even 5 with Firmino in the central attacking midfield position in a 4-4-1-1, said Jack's Page. Who's going to win the Champions League? It's a very open competition, John, isn't it? I don't know, mate. You can look at it now and you can pick 4 or 5 teams. Can't rule out Real Madrid, can't rule out Barcelona, can't rule out Liverpool, Manchester City, Juventus. United could go on a run. It's a very, very open competition this year. So my honest answer is, buddy, I haven't got a clue. I can only begin to describe my anger when I looked at the squad sheets for the Liverpool Legends game to see Raggy wasn't on there. That's because he's still playing, Will. You know, he's still actively playing now, so he's not going to interrupt the season to go and play a Legends game. As much as the team could do with him. Envy said our best midfield triangle is Fabinho, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Wijnaldum. We're trying to do it without Oxlade-Chamberlain in it though, because he's not really available anytime soon. Love your stuff, Craig. Keep it up, said David Walker. Thank you, David. That's very kind of you, mate. Really appreciate that. Craig, have you lost hope in Liverpool winning the cup? Which cup? Are we talking about the league? In which case, absolutely not. I'm fully on board with us winning the league, pal. We still need number 10, said Blakely McCallum, and I 100% agree with you, pal. I heard Man City possibly fined for excessive use of plastic in their club. There you go. I mean, they should go greener, shouldn't they? Mike Dean is on 99 red cards. And if he awards one in the City-Chelsea game, it'll be his 100th red card in the Premier League. And there's nobody who does it more articulately than... Is that the right word? Than Mike Dean. He does like to express himself when he's giving out a card. Excuse me. Yeah, he's very vibrant in the way he issues his cards. There are far more than 30 of us in here. That's lies, said Kev. I'm telling you, mate. That's what I said. I'm reading comments. This chat was moving far too quick for there to have been only 30 people. Yeah, I don't get it. How did you start supporting Liverpool? When we lost 2-0 to Arsenal in the game where Arsenal beat us 2-0 at Anfield, scored the goal right at the end to win the league. That was when I started supporting Liverpool. What was it, 1989 maybe? I can't remember, right back to the year. I love quiet stream, but this is kind of weird. Is there something on the telly we're all missing? I don't think it is that weird, mate. My chat screen isn't quiet, I can promise you that. Ajax will win in Madrid. Wow, that's a big shout. We need a right back, central midfielder and a striker. Umbrella are for putty. Sorry, I'm reading out a comment there from Mr. Mike Tyson. I wish it was Mr. Mike Tyson, as in the. It's Mike Titan. Titan, sorry. I always read that as Tyson. There you go. Okay, let me go through more. I mean, if there's 10 people or 20 people in here, the bleeding chat is moving fast. The bleeding chat. Could that be any more Irish? Right, I've got some more little bits and pieces. Alisson, I'm sure you guys have probably seen this, but Alisson has been speaking about Liverpool's chances of winning the Premier League. He said, "We believe we can win the league. We've shown in the past that we're good enough and we'll continue to show this in the games we've got to come. Our pressure is the same," he added. "We take things game by game without worrying about what our opponents are doing. We don't think about Manchester City, we think about ourselves. We only think about what we can do and how things are going moving forward." I always love to see one of our players backing themselves or backing the team. For me, I love this shit. There's enough negativity out there. There's enough people saying why Liverpool aren't going to win the league. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Sorry. Half hiccup, half burp, half cough. Well, how can you have three halves, Craig? But you know what I mean? A little bit of everything there. And it looked like a mini fit. Yeah, I'm always happy when our players back us. I'm glad to see he did. So, love to know your thoughts on that. We know if this was Lovren, we'd be slating him. He'd be hounded. He'd be ran out of town if Lovren came out with stuff like that. But it's Alisson, so therefore it's okay. It certainly won't be Fernandinho gets a red card. Refs, don't even talk to me. He should have had 4 yellow cards the other night where Craig Pawson absolutely bottle job. But anyway, it says 26 now. There's definitely more than 26 people in this chat. YouTube is having a bit of a mare, I think, here. Is there a weird moon and Pisces happening? Everyone's in dreamland or nightmare land, depending if your glass half full or half empty, said Claire. I don't buy into all that stuff, Claire. Right, let me get down to your comments on Alisson. We need to upgrade our midfield. Just one name or world-class midfielder make us brilliant. Someone like De Bruyne. If you're listening to Mr. Joyce, he said that Liverpool aren't going to go big in the summer. No marquee signings coming in. Craig, keep Matip or Lovren. Neither. Sell both, if I'm being honest. I'm 100% here for Virgil telling people to get their shit together and support the team. Reckon we'll sign Alisson's brother for a backup keeper. Imagine having 2 Alissons in the team. I want Queven Kelleher to get that job. I really do. It says 19, 20, 21. Bollocks. That's what I'm saying to that. Bollocks to that number. I can count fucking 50 names in here. So something's up with YouTube. It's definitely on the wacky backy or something. YouTube's just kicking back and going, oh, I couldn't be arsed. I couldn't be arsed counting the people. 1, 2, 21. There you go. That'll do. That's what I think is going on there with YouTube. There's something melting in their heads. 52 likes. There you go. 52 likes. 19 people watching. 52 likes. It's madness. People just coming on just to hit the like button and head off. Do you know what got me last night, guys? You know we did the stream about Mohamed Salah and the abuse that he received. So there was 6 dislikes on that, and that really pisses me off. And I'll tell you why. Not because of the stream. I don't care if people don't like what we do on here. But most people dislike that because they're opposition fans, I guarantee you. And they just seen the headline and they just thought, oh, fuck these scousers moaning about Salah. It wasn't just about Salah. Anyone who watched the stream knows it was not just about Mo Salah. I was talking about racism in the sport in general. And it just shouldn't be there. And on that, actually, West Ham have today handed over evidence to the London Metropolitan Police regarding the abuse aimed towards Mohamed Salah during Monday night's 1-1 draw. West Ham also released a statement saying all the things that you'd expect a professionally run club to say. A couple of things from the statement. The club is unequivocal in its stance. Such abuse will not be tolerated. There's no place whatsoever, there's no excuse or place for this type of behaviour. So again, West Ham saying exactly what you would expect from a professionally run club like that. But at the end of the day, these fuckers need to be punished. We spoke about it last night. I don't want to go over the top again. I don't want to go off on another rant. Well done to West Ham for handing it over. Now it's over to the police, and it's not just because it's Liverpool last night. We've spoken about this when it was Raheem Sterling. We've spoken about it when it was Aubameyang that had the banana thrown at him, for instance. There's no place in sport or society for these morons. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Call them out. Send them on an island somewhere and just educate the fuckers and then bring them back to civilization. Back from 2050, Liverpool won the FA Cup and Dublin have now got 20 in a row. 20 in a row. Wow, not too bad. There's more comments than that number said. I know, it's nuts. There's defo more than 20 something people in here. 6 dislikes. You banned a few people last night though. I did. I think I banned 2, maybe 3. I was a bit of a rant. It could have been a bit more, to be fair. Rod is in the house. Rod, how are you, my beautiful friend? I hope you and the bunny are well. I'm getting so pissed that October at seeing our crest merged with other crests. Oh, that is cringy as fuck, October. It really is. No thank you. No to any of this stuff. We don't want to rely or need to rely on anybody else. That's the beauty of where we are at this moment in time in the league, folks. Liverpool have it in their own hands. We don't need to be hoping for other people to fuck up. If we keep winning, nobody can catch us. Yes, people will drop points. We will drop points. But as it stands, it's still in our own hands. And that's the way I like it. When it goes out of our hands, when it's not down to us, then, yeah, then what can you say? But it isn't. It's dropped down to 15 now, 14, 13, 11. Oh my goodness. There you go. Troy Francis, no bad word. I don't know what you mean. Can you stop swearing? No, Troy, I can't, mate. Look at the stream notes. It's there in black and white with an asterisk beside it. Unfortunately, pal, I use bad language. I'm going to be really nice here because usually I rant at people over this stuff. But, mate, remember, you've come onto our stream. It's not the other way around. We're polite, we're nice, but we do swear. I do swear. This is how I talk about football. I'm probably less articulate than you, mate, in that I have to swear a lot to describe what I'm trying to get out. So, if it isn't for you, I understand, Troy, but, buddy, I'm not going to stop swearing. It is what I do. I'm sorry, I'm not going to change for you nor anybody else. I hope that's helped. Can we get a recap? All we've really spoken about so far, Adarsha, is the midfield combination and what we feel is Liverpool's best midfield trio. I think most of us had Fabinho and Gini Wijnaldum in there. Napoli want 140 million for Insigne. Okay, best of luck with that, lads. 140 million for a bang average player. Chelsea poo. Oh god, this even sounds cringy, October, doesn't it? Chelsea poo. Please talk about Insigne. Why? He's never, ever, 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 ever going to play for Liverpool Football Club. Ever. So, you can forget about it. It is not going to happen. Lorenzo Insigne will not be a Liverpool football player. Don't worry about it. He ain't coming. He wasn't coming last summer when we were linked. He wasn't coming in January when we were linked. And he won't be coming next summer when we're linked. So, you can put that one to bed. He costs too much. He ain't good enough. He doesn't work hard enough. And there's various other reasons why Lorenzo Insigne will not be playing for Liverpool Football Club. What will your reaction be when we draw to Bournemouth on Saturday? Hand on heart, hands, and I'll probably smash something, mate. I'm not going to lie. If we drew that game on Saturday, my frustrations would probably boil over. I've been trying to be the voice of positivity on here, but I'm probably going to have something breakable on standby just to get my frustrations out if that was the case. But I'm very confident it won't be hands. I'm very confident Liverpool will go out there and finally put in the performance that we've been waiting for and win the league. Kieran Williams said MUFC. Mate, you're welcome. If you're a United fan, you're welcome into the chat, buddy. Love to know your thoughts on the season. Love to know what you're thinking about the game against the Reds coming up, and of course what you're thinking about your Champions League tie against Paris Saint-Germain, the cheating, diving bunch of fuckers that they are. Craig, it's getting annoying. Can we ban trolls? Where are these trolls? I'm not seeing them. Am I missing something? You guys know you have the hammer. Ban whoever the hell you want. For those 11 people that are apparently in the stream, 11, even though I can read like at least 50, 60 different names. If you're watching, guys, and you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the stream. Our channel's flying along and we're just trying to get those numbers up to hit 10,000. So if you're watching, please do hit that button. Okay, where are they? Oh, do you know what's funny? I wonder, am I not seeing the trolls because I've hidden them from the channel or something? I don't know, but I'm not seeing any of these comments that you guys seem to be moaning about. But damn right, you can ban them. Now, when I say ban, you know, anyone who's coming in to give a conversation or to give an opinion that we don't like, that's one thing. But you know how to ban people or why to ban people at this point. When is Genie back? He'll be back for the weekend, Sonia, I believe. Our best midfield is Fabinho, Genie and Shaqiri, said Kate and Heather. Why are you telling me to chill, Hands? That's one thing I don't like people telling me to do, mate. Again, my channel, well, our channel. I really want Liverpool to win a cup, either the Champions League or the Premier League. I was born in 2004 and I just want to see us win a cup. I can understand that. And I don't think you'll have to wait too much longer. Insigne's not bang average, but Coutinho's not worth 140. Well, he is. There's a reason nobody's pulled the trigger on him, mate. He is so hit and miss. He'll go through a game, you'll have 14 or 15 shots from about 50 yards. One will go in every 6 weeks. That's what will go up on YouTube. And people will then try and say that he's the best thing since sliced bread. He's not a terrible player. He's a good player. But he's not what we need. He's not going to be the solution. Yeah, there you go. That's just my thoughts on him, Andrew. Of course, if you rate the guy, I'm not going to convince you otherwise, buddy. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. You're growing your hair, Craig. Yes, I am, Ferno. I'm growing it. I'm giving it a bash, pal. How tall is Insigne? The honest answer, Kieran, is I couldn't give you the exact height, but not very tall. I would imagine 5'7", something around that mark. Insigne is good, but he's not as good as Icardi. Two very different types of footballer, and Icardi, I feel, would be better suited to us than Insigne. Yes. Okay, Jose, I'm trying to not talk about the whole Salah playing thing, if that's okay, buddy. It's covered so much in the media. People try to come in here for a laugh and a bit of fun, and as much as I am obviously mindful of the situation, pal, I'm trying not to talk about it. Claire said, I'm professional day in and day out. Last thing I need is a fucking language Nazi on my back. I will swear it in Spanish if you prefer. Look, it does say in our stream notes, I try everything I can to warn people about the language. It's not my job to police who's on here. It's not my job to police if children are on here. It's up to parents to do that. If I'm aware there's kids in, you guys know me by now, I always try to make sure that they're okay and they're looked after. I'm a parent myself, but I'm not going to change the language on the stream. I don't hide my language in front of my own kids because I believe it's words. It's just words. And it's the context in which those words are used. I can be the most praising, nice, calm, focused individual and use bad language. I can use the word cunt, for instance. I can use that word to compliment somebody. I use it quite often to compliment my friends. It's just a thing that I do, I'm afraid. And if bad language isn't for you, sorry. Who would you replace Sturridge with? It's a good show. Timo Werner, I think, Troy, personally. To the swear word haters, Pogue Mahone, said Tom Boland. And for those of you that don't understand what Pogue Mahone means, it's a beautiful little Irish phrase that translates into kiss my ass. Just be you, Craig. There's so many fake personalities. Do what you want. I will be me. Thank you, Kieran. And I appreciate that, pal. Love your stream, but I'm a Chelsea fan. Mate, you're welcome in. As you can see, we've got United fans in. We've a couple of Manchester City fans that drop in. We've a Leicester City fan that's always in as well. And you are very welcome in, pal. Love to know your thoughts on how you're seeing the season this season for Chelsea. Do you think you're going to get top 4? How's that race look up at United? And are you going to do us a favour, pal, and beat Manchester City at the weekend? Remember when Brazil said Neymar was going to be Brazil's answer to Pele, or the best player since Pele? He's not fit to lace Pele's boots. I agree. He isn't. If he had Messi's work rate, I've said this a few times, if he had Messi's work rate, he would be an outstanding footballer, because there's no denying Neymar has the talent. He just doesn't have the bottle. He just doesn't have the hard work rate, the work ethic to be what he could be. He's already a multi-millionaire. He'd never have to work a day again the rest of his life. He can go around being the poodle-haired gobshite that he is, but yeah, he's just nowhere near these top players. What? It's not a hammer, Andrew. It's a spanner, pal. And the spanner is for mods of the channel, of which we're not going to be giving out anymore, because we have lots and lots and lots of wonderful people that look after the channel for us and kick out the trolls and stuff. Hey you guys, said David McMahon. At least that's how I read it, pal. Neymar is a melon. That is a beautiful comment, mate. That is an absolute beauty. Neymar is a melon. What type of melon, though? Is he a honeydew melon? Do you think Liverpool should sell Alberto Moreno? He's gone in the summer, mate. His contract is up, so there's no need to sell him. He's only got a few months left. And then we will be bidding farewell to Alberto. I hope we're linked with Kai Havertz. Anybody else but Insigne? Nobody else is getting a mod, mate. Nobody. We've got too many. I've said this so many times lately. We're just not giving out any more mods. And nobody, please don't take it personally. It's not a reflection on anybody. It's only a reflection on the fact that we've lots and we're well covered on the channel at the moment. What is the profile pic with the... What's the profile pic with the glasses guy? Oh, you've lost me. I've no clue what you're talking about there, pal. 7 viewers. Yeah, I think we can safely say that there's a little bit more than 7 people in the chat. 7. YouTube's definitely having a bit of a mare. If we win the league, every player in the squad will be a legend, including Moreno. Damn right. Damn right. Every single one of those guys will be a legend if we win the league title. Absolutely. Even Mignolet. Oscar is greedy. He's only 26 but playing in China. I was shocked. I was shocked when he moved to China. Okay, I'm getting a little bit confused. I know I said I wasn't going to speak about this, but I've seen a couple of different things in the chat, so I want to try and clear this one up. The body recovered from the English Channel, Douglas James Horn has just said, is identified as Emiliano Sala, which is what I believed because of where the body was recovered from the plane towards the fuselage, which in my humble opinion is the back of the plane, which would make more sense for it to be Emiliano Sala. But I've seen a couple of other people in the chat now just mention that it was the pilot. So has there been an absolute yes or no on this one? I hate to give out false information, nor do I like to see false information spread in the chat, because this is a pretty damn serious subject. Like, Neymar best is PSG player. No, he isn't. He's not even the best player at PSG, mate. In my opinion, of course, it's all about opinions here. For me, he's second best player at PSG. Mbappe is the best player at PSG. Breaking news on Sky Sports. Okay, thank you. Thank you everybody who's let us know on that one. Whilst there is no positive in this situation, ladies and gentlemen, this is obviously a heartbreaking situation for the family of Emiliano Sala, for the family of the pilot, for Nantes, for Cardiff City, for all the fans involved and everybody involved. But we will say, or I will say, the family now have a body, and that will provide some level of closure, I'm sure, and they will be able to bury the body. And that is, if anything positive can be taken from this situation, maybe that is a small crumb of comfort to the Salah family. And of course, we have to think of the pilot's family and all of this as well. And again, there's nothing good to say in this situation. I'm just trying to state the facts as people are giving them to me here, and thank you to everybody in the chat who's put those comments in. We'll push on. I'm sure this will be covered in more detail in the news as the night goes on, but thank you to everybody for their help. Craig, the viewer count being off, the result of trying to bring in their new algorithm to block alternative news through channels, as they can call them conspiracy vids. Nice. Thank you, John. I'm always trying to figure out little things about algorithms. Facebook was one that drove me mad, John, if I'm being honest. Verratti would be awesome for us, said Pride Maverts. Not going to lie, pal. I've said this a few times. He was one of my dream midfielders. I think Marco Verratti is an unbelievable footballer when fit. Love your videos. Come on the red, said Gavin Maloney. Thank you so much, Gavin. That's really kind of you, mate. I really do appreciate that. It is very sad about what's going on between the clubs as well, Sean, over the money, but it's, you know, I'm not qualified to talk about that, so we'll just leave that. Hello to the 4 viewers. Yeah, look, 4 viewers, but I can see 25 names just on one chat screen here now at the minute. Craig before. No, okay, I'm just going to push on past. AH Gaming said just sub. Thank you, pal, and welcome to the channel. I hope you continue to enjoy the content. Yeah, look, I'm going to push on past the Salah stuff, guys, if that's okay. I'm conscious that this is a place where people come in to kick back and relax and have some fun. And as much as I do respect the subject, I just want people to have a bit of a you know, an unwind here in the chat, if that's okay. Nice to see some key injuries coming back, said James Painter. It absolutely is, mate. I'm not going to lie. It's been tough the past couple of weeks. But yeah, especially in the midfield. Craig, who do you think is the best defender, midfield and striker at Liverpool? Van Dijk, Fabinho, Salah. Although Firmino's my favourite player. Reckon we're going to win 5-0. Mo hat-trick, Bobby and Manu with the others. Come on, Red, let's be having it, said Liam. Boom, straight back in there, Liam. Love the positivity. Craig, get on the horn and get Charlene in here. We miss her saying ball bag. I do love an L Charlene ball bag comment. It is top notch, mate. Do you think Salah might have caused the racism abuse and the criticism he received? That is probably the most stupid comment I've ever read on this channel, Troy Francis. How on earth can a footballer cause racism to be aimed towards him? That's a very, very silly comment, mate. I'm not going to go off on one here, but think about what you've said. Nobody in any act that they do can cause racism to be brought on towards them. Criticism, absolutely. I can understand if somebody feels he deserves to be critiqued perhaps for some of the way he's gone there for penalties. That's a different subject. But the racism, no. There's no excuse for racism. There's no excuse for homophobia. There's no excuse for religious bigotry. There's no excuse for sexism or anything like that in sport or in society as a whole. I'm sure you're aware of this, Francis, or Troy, excuse me. I believe you probably just misworded your comment a little bit, pal. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. Only 8 people watching. Ignore that. The count is absolutely, it's having a mare. Who are the key injuries back? Hendo, Genie, Trent. Yes, yes. Maybe yes, Claire. It's going to be 3-0, said Fun Gaming. Don't you be giving us this draw stuff, Kieran, if you're talking about our game against Bournemouth. Unless you're talking about the Man City game, in which case I very much welcome your comment. Maybe it's showing the troll count. Yes, Rod. There you go. I'd love one of them. Imagine if you had a live troll count. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. You never read it right. Alright, let me go back and read the comment again, word for word. Okay. Do you think Salah might leave? Oh my, so sorry, mate. You are 100% correct. I do sincerely apologise, and I'm so fucking glad I didn't go off on one towards you now. Guys, this is 100% my fault, and Troy Francis, I sincerely apologise, mate. I hold my hands up. As I just spoke about earlier on, one fucking word. Read one word wrong, and I mess up somebody's comment, and this is certainly one of those situations. So I sincerely apologise, Troy. I will read your comment out correctly now. Do you think Salah might leave because of the racist abuse and criticism that he's received? Again, sincere apologies. No, I don't, mate. I think he's stronger than that, and he knows he's supported by the club, by the fans. But yes, again, Troy, mate, I sincerely apologise. My fault, I fucked up. Okay, let me get back. I feel so bad now about that. I sincerely do, Troy. Honestly, mate, you've no idea how bad I feel about that, because that was... The way I read that, mate, really made you come across as a dick, and you certainly aren't, pal. So again, I apologise. Man United versus Liverpool, probably our biggest game. It's a big game, definitely is. Just ignore the viewer count, guys. It's broken, it's fucked. Just ignore it completely. 4-1 to the Reds, said Liverpool signings. Craig Weston reckons the best midfield trio is Hendo, Milner and Wijnaldum. And Troy, thank you for accepting my apology, mate. That's very kind of you. Did anyone see Glenn Johnson on TalkSport explaining how Suarez isn't a racist? I didn't, because I won't spend a second of my time listening to anything on that piece of shit radio station. But I'd be interested to hear what he said, because he was talking about Suarez, and I don't like Glenn Johnson, but if he was defending Suarez a little bit or giving an explanation, then I'd certainly like to know what it was. Come on, Reds. When do you stream often? Because I really miss the streams as I've been on vacation. Gavin, every single night, pal, at about 10 o'clock or 10:15, we do a live stream. We do watch-alongs of every Liverpool game as well. And then we do occasional bits and pieces. But the ones you can always rely on are the nightly streams at 10 o'clock or 10:15 and the matchday watch-alongs. The four of us in here have created a lot of fake chat avatars, said Far Royal. I mean, you're playing a blinder, the four of you, to keep this chat up. And the way you keep changing and logging in and out of your accounts to comment. Fair play to everyone. Top notch. Craig Kieran was talking about Liverpool United game when he said a draw. Oh, okay. That makes sense as well. Okay, 1 second. That's probably, do you know what, that's my, if I'm being honest, that's my guess on that one as well. I would go for a draw for that game. And I would take it right now if it was on offer. How about everybody else for the United game coming up? Would you take a draw at Old Trafford right now if I said to you this can finish 1-1? How would everybody feel about that one? Suarez isn't a racist, he's a cannibal, said Farah 9. Can we deny that? He does like an old chomp. And not in the old chocolate covered sense that we know what chomps are for us viewing Ireland and the UK. Okay, Salah is bigger than that. He feels the love, and not only from Liverpool and Egypt fans. The man is so loved, said Claire. He is, and rightly so. He deserves to be, because he's a wonderful human being, and I feel so like Brendan Rodgers now, saying that phrase. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, he knows he has the fans' support, especially after the incident where his address was leaked and they all turned up outside his house. His reaction was awesome. I didn't see that. That's beautiful. Thank you, John, for that one. You might need glasses for the amount of times you misread people's comments. Probably, mate. But it's usually because I'm trying to skim through so quickly. I'll tell you why. This is the God's honest truth. Sometimes I try and skim ahead of a comment because if it's going to say something controversial or something that's going to get me in trouble by reading it, I try and be half a second ahead. I've read out some words over the last few months that I shouldn't have read out, and they're just in comments, so I'm not technically throwing those phrases out there, but yeah, I've said stuff that's got me in a little bit of trouble, and that's why sometimes I skim through, and you know, you read out a lot of comments in a night, I'm bound to get some wrong, but as I said earlier on, sometimes one word can absolutely make a big difference. Craig, do you think Klopp will use Oxlade-Chamberlain that's been included in the Champions League squad? Not in this set of fixtures, mate, against Bayern Munich. I think it might, well, you never know for the second leg, but I would be amazed if he has any part in the first leg. Can I send you a link for eyebrow glue as one of your eyebrows was falling off? I don't need it, mate. It just regrows. I mean, they're like caterpillars. One falls off, it'll just regrow by the morning. These eyebrows/eyebrow are second to none, David. So I'm okay for the eyebrow glue, thank you. Craig, I'm worrying if we don't win the league. Don't worry, mate. It's still in our own hands. No need to worry. Enjoy it. Enjoy every single game. What else have we got? Is it actually a negative for some people? Wow. That's nuts. -10 body count. I'm really looking forward, Connor, to seeing how the numbers for this stream end up when it's processed. Well done, guys. Today you had -27 viewers, and instead of making money, you owe YouTube a couple of £100. Imagine that, Connor. Imagine we got a bill from YouTube for ad revenue. It was in the minus. That's nuts. Spectator counts all over the shop. Okay, I have a few more bits and pieces to go through. Hang on. Oh, this really is a laugh. Right, so there's a little bit of news. I'm not sure if we have anybody in here who's going to be travelling over to the Bayern Munich game, but if you are, there's a little bit of news. Just bear with me when I read through this, guys, because there's a few comments. Around 250 travelling Copites have today been told that they'll have to attend a collection point in Germany as Reds try to combat touting. This hasn't gone down well with supporters groups The Spirit of Shankly and Spy and Cop 1906, who've released a joint statement saying the following. We understand that LFC perceive the secondary ticket market to be an issue, but these measures not only penalise genuine supporters who simply want to enjoy supporting their team, but do little to address those issues. For fixtures like Bayern Munich, supporters will travel into the city throughout the day by rail and air. Them being asked to collect your ticket impacts on enjoying your day, the pre-match build-up and the meeting up with friends. The club should be considering this impact and such decisions have on loyal supporters. To use an example of a recent fixture in Naples, travelling supporters were asked to make their way to the ground some 4 to 5 hours before kick-off. They were then kept in the ground for another hour after kick-off. Asking supporters to then take another 1 or 2 hours out of their day to collect a ticket is completely unfair. These same supporters will have spent considerable sums to just support their side in Munich, but across Europe this season and previous seasons. We've previously raised this issue at LFC and asked that they set up a working group to involve travelling fans to discuss the issues and others. This was even agreed by senior club officials but has not yet been enacted on properly. We'd like to understand what LFC wish to achieve by doing this, and we believe that working together we can find solutions that will work for all. We ask that LFC reconsider this and look at proper supporter consultation before pressing on. So there you go. A little bit strange to me, and I kind of agree with the guys here. To go all the way over there and then have to go out of your way to pick up a ticket. And bear in mind, this is only a random 250 people. So 250 people will receive an email saying, look, you either have to go to the Allianz Arena early to pick up your ticket, or somewhere around the Allianz Arena, or you have to go to somewhere in Munich city centre, and you have to go there and I believe show either your passport or your driver's licence or a national insurance card or a national identity card and a valid bill within the last 6 months. I agree this is complete overkill, and these guys travel to games all the time. They know what they're talking about. They could be very, very helpful to the club in trying to sort the situation out. I agree with them 100%. I'm certainly not somebody who's travelled to away European games a lot, except for the finals that I've been to, but these gentlemen and ladies know what they're talking about, so I do hope that the club at least talks to them. It just seems silly, absolutely silly to me. Tickets £250 per seat, VIPs £1,000. That's a lot of fucking money. Okay, what else have we got? Maybe there's so many people watching it's just loop back around. Can you please have a shout out for Purple Aki? It's his birthday tomorrow. Oh, Purple Aki. Haven't heard him in a while. Haven't heard mention of him in a while. Purple Aki touched my muscles. 50,000 viewers for Easy LFC Manny, and I believe him. I believe him over everybody else. Craig, do you think the games at Old Trafford for Liverpool and City will decide who wins the league? I was thinking something similar, John, earlier on. So for me to say no, I'd be lying. I think it will have an impact, yes. I think if one club can outperform the other club in that fixture, it might go some way to I think if Liverpool can get a win at Old Trafford, I think we're really on for it. I really do, mate. What do you think though, John? I'd love to know your thoughts. I'm going to Old Trafford from Commonwealth of Dominica for Manchester United versus Liverpool. Nice. Nice. Kev's put the Instagram link in there now if anybody does want to give it a follow. If you're on Instagram, it's really simple. It's just Anfield Agenda on there, or at Anfield Agenda, so really easy to find. Same on Twitter as well. Guys, if you're watching, you haven't yet subscribed, if you could take a minute to do so. We've about 30 minutes left on tonight's stream, so if you haven't subscribed yet, remember everything we do on here is free. Every day stream is free. All the match day streams are free. All Connor's nudes are free. Everything is free on here. Is Tottenham in the title race? I spoke about this yesterday, and that wasn't, I didn't say that to undermine your comment, mate. I was just trying to think back to what I said. I don't think that they are, but yet you can't write them off, because to some extent they are. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. On a points perspective, yes, but I think they'll fall away. I don't think they'll be there at the end. I think you'll see a 5 or 6 point gap come between. But Spurs have a tougher run in than both of the other clubs, so no is my honest answer, but they are there at the minute. I think Tottenham will finish third, said O-Dog, as do I. And I think Manchester United will finish fourth. What does everybody else think on that one? Chelsea or United for fourth? Or is Arsenal really in the conversation? Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh there on Arsenal. I'd take 4 points now, but you never know, said John Hayden. Everybody wants to see your nudes, Connor. I get inundated by literally ones of people asking me for your nudes. Just taking Lottie to school, back in 20 minutes. No bother, Rod, I'll still be here, I promise. Whatever happens this season, my love, respect and admiration for Klopp and the lads has grown immensely, said Craig Weston. Love that comment, mate. Thank you. Origi has said he doesn't want to speak on it anymore. Why does the chat continue to focus on it? I've no idea what you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about the Salah thing. Yes, if we can just park up the Salah stuff, guys, and people will get that information elsewhere. And as I said at the start, as much as I'm very mindful and respectful of the situation, people come on here to kick back and relax. So if it's okay, we could just leave the Salah stuff alone and just move on. Purple Aki is banned from my town. I'm sure there's a load of people who haven't got a Scooby-Doo who Purple Aki is, and I tell you what, I am not going to be the person to tell you who he is. Well, I've done that one already. Number 1, American Bulldog. Was that? Did you change your name, pal? Did you change your name? The last game made me sick to my stomach. Seeing West Ham take Liverpool apart, because that's what happened. They sat on their laurels. Yeah. Do you know what? They might have had a shout for the 3 points, if I'm being honest. We were shite. There's no two ways about that. We were terrible. The same guy keeps spamming stuff at the situation. He got warned. Exactly. If somebody was told something that we've asked not to, I fully support our mods if they've removed or timed out that person. Saw a video of him the other day. His muscles. Alright, we'll just push on from that one about Purple Aki. Craig, I've had a 5 on Spurs in case we fall away, and I don't want City winning it, so I've 20-1 in a 3-horse race. That's not too fucking bad, Graham, to be fair. I mean, at this situation, getting 20-1 is not too bad at all. I've said numerous times, Graham, if Liverpool don't win the league this season, I obviously would. I prefer Spurs to win it. Easily prefer Spurs to win it. And people say, how the fuck could you prefer Spurs to win it? They'd win the league before us. I don't care. I just really despise Manchester City and everything that club stands for, or in fact doesn't stand for, because it has no morals whatsoever, in my humble opinion. I have to keep adding that shit in so as I don't get in trouble. Because once it's just my opinion, I'm alright. But if I'm stating something as a fact, you know, then I can be in trouble. Living in Ireland, going to the Bayern Munich game. Love you, Craig. Keep it up. Good luck. Thank you, Gavin, and enjoy the game, pal. I'm so jealous. I'm so frustrated that I haven't got over this season. The only upside to not getting over is that I've got to come on here and talk to you wonderful people every match day. But not gonna lie, as much as I love you people, I'd love to be over there for a few games. Just can't get the damn tickets. Silly gooses, said Ferdo. Silly gooses. That's actually a phrase I use all the time. I'm a Man City fan, but hope Liverpool win the league. I'm a Man City fan, but hope Liverpool win the league. I can't for the life of me work that one out. Adam the Trash God. That is... Can you explain your thought process there to me, if that's okay, mate, if you have a minute? Liverpool aiming for the first league title since 1990. I know, 29 years. I mean, I'm 37 years of age. I was 8. This overweight Irish twat was 8 the last time Liverpool won the league. That is so too long. He wasn't, Connor. No, he wasn't. He was only made a mod a few minutes ago, but I tried to do it on the DL. Tried to just be nice and just slip his mod in there without saying anything. Late for school, but really want to watch. It's okay, Gavin. We'll be here, mate. You can watch it back later on. Just remember the point you left at. What, with about half an hour to go, if that helps you when you come back. I don't know if this sounds unrealistic anymore, as we've one of the top clubs, but I think Isco will be perfect for us, said Ferno. We need a David Silva-esque player. Isco is... My gut instinct is definitely to agree with you, Ferno, and say yeah on Isco, but I don't watch enough of Real Madrid to make an informed decision. And people that do have said to me that he wouldn't be right. I'm conflicted in this conversation. So what do people think? Isco? Yes, no, if he was on the table right now. And I'm not talking about from a sexual perspective. I'm talking about from a transfer. Because when I said on the table, that made it just sound a little bit weird. I did nothing wrong. I've no idea what you're talking about. Craig, I'm from a little town called St Helens, which of course I do know. It's Alex. It's known for its rugby. We beat our rivals Wigan last week and we played tomorrow. Wish us luck. Good luck. Of course I know St Helens, mate. It's on the outskirts of the beautiful city of Liverpool, I believe, if I'm correct. It's definitely Lancashire anyway. Again, I hope, he says, hoping to not sound like a fool. Breaking news. UEFA are thinking of giving Manchester City and PSG punishment. The phrase thinking doesn't fill me full of hope. I'm at Anfield on Saturday. I'm going to go nuts, said Sam. Make sure you get in there nice and early if you can, Sam. Get the place rocking. I'll never be mod. Damn right you won't. There's no way a Manchester United fan is ever going to become a mod on my channel. He says, knowing that Connor already made Mark Goldbridge a mod, if memory serves correct. How about we just give you a pretend mod and you just squint and think here and that you have the mod there. Because, you know, we can't, you're a United fan. You know, you understand. We love you, but we can't. When did you become a Liverpool fan? I explained that one a little earlier on. It was when we lost 2-0 to Arsenal at Anfield and Arsenal won the league. Strange game to become a Liverpool fan after, but something about that stadium and the field and the players, I was just drawn into it as a child, and ever since then I haven't looked back. Hi Craig, I'm living in Liverpool and watched every match. Love you, thank you very much, Toasted Bread. That's really kind of you, buddy. And welcome to the channel. Maybe you've been here a long time, I don't know, but I don't remember speaking to you in the chat, so welcome and thank you for coming in. Hope you've subscribed. It'd be nice to see Liverpool win the league. I think you deserve it more than City. Whoever wins it at the end of the season deserves it, but I do appreciate your comment, mate, and I'd love us to win the league as well, obviously. And I will celebrate it immensely, as will everybody in here. I'll probably shed tears, actually. Don't think you guys have seen me crying yet. I've been on the verge of it once or twice, but I don't think you've seen me crying. To join the Liverpool website, 35 quid. You know, if you get tickets that way, told you get games a year. So what happens, Sonia, is if you become a member of Liverpool Football Club, you go and you buy a club membership, you get access to there's 2 buys every year. There's one in July, I think it's July, they do a sale, and then there's another one around December. So they do the season in 2 halves. They sell the first half of the season, then the second half of the season. And then there's levels. So people who have been to X amount of games, I think it's gone up, I can't remember the exact number, get first choice on tickets, and then there's rights holders and a few other people, and then there's a certain amount of tickets that might go into general sale. I would say you might get 1 or 2, but I wouldn't be expecting to get a whole heap of tickets that way. That's just been my experience of what people have told me gone in that way. Nobody else is becoming a mod, by the way, for everyone that's asking. As you can see, we have absolutely loads of amazing people that are mods, and we just don't need any more because we're fully taken care of. I was your 7,000 sub. Nice one. Well, thank you for that, mate. So you've been in a while then, but thank you. I'll defo shed tears if we win the league. Yeah, I can imagine us all on here like blubbering fools. Does anyone watch SE Dons? I've no idea what that is. I'm the hipster. Craig, you plan to have call-in one day. Oh, Troy, we've tried that before, mate. Call-ins are easy for us. We can do that in a heartbeat, but it's about getting the buy-in from people to actually be willing to come on. And whilst we've spoken about it before, and it's something we can definitely do, it didn't catch on the last time, and it involved too much running around for me trying to get people, and it's already quite stressful when you're doing match day watch-alongs and stuff like that, and you're doing streams. It takes me a couple of hours to write out notes and stuff each day for this and do a little bit of research, so running around trying to get people for call-ins can be a pain in the arse. But yeah, we can do it. 100% we can do it. If it's getting towards the end of the season and things are looking tickety-boo, then we might have to bring it back. What's a mod? Okay, so you see, Gavin, the people that have the blue beside their name, or the blue in their name, and they have a little spanner beside them, those guys are mods, which means they're moderators of the channel, which means that they look after the chat. They have the ability to remove people from the chat, to block comments, and to time people out, people who are basically trolling. We have 127 more mods than watchers. There you go. And I believe that as well. I was the 35th sub. Wow. Fucking hell, Claire. That's, I mean, you almost get a share of money at this rate. You have a 35th sub. SE Dons is a football team. SE Dons? Never heard of them. SE Dons. No, doesn't. No, it's not ringing a bell. Milton Keynes Dons, of course, but SE Dons, that doesn't mean nothing to me. Phones are a pain in the backside. Yes, they are. Craig, I love you. Is this my missus with about 5 accounts tonight? Because I'm getting too... Where's all the trolling? I'm used to people calling me a prick, not people saying nice things about me, but I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Livestream Gaming. Do you think we should have loaned out Klein? No. 100% no, Scott. As I said a few times, I've yet to find anybody who thinks that was a good idea. But could we do it? Kleiny in the squad now? Of course we could. We could have really done with him in the last few games. Can we stop talking about the Salah thing? I feel like it's causing an issue between you guys in the chat now. Just let it go, guys. It's all good. Craig, you can do call-ins through Discord, make it even easier for you. We have a few bits of, I won't say technology is not the right way to do it, but we do have things we can use, John. But of course, we're open to anything. So that's Connor's department, though. Connor's the techie guy. I'm just the hot piece of ass that sits in front of the camera. The first time I watched you, it was 1-1 against Arsenal. And then we went and whooped them at Anfield, mate. Bye, appreciate you reading my messages and taking the time to talk about Liverpool. My pleasure, Gavin. Enjoy yourself, mate, and hopefully I'll catch up with you soon. I'm scared of the Bayern Munich match. I don't know why, but I'm fearful, said Sam Has. It's going to be difficult, mate. Bayern Munich are a good side, but I'm looking forward to the break from the league, to be fair, for a couple of games. So let's wait and see what happens in the first leg. I think we'll need to take a lead to the Allianz Arena, but I'm optimistic. It'll be good. It's good to have a big European night again. A good 2 games against Bayern Munich should be something to look forward to. Do you want Gerrard to coach Liverpool one day, or Klopp all the way? Ideally, it would be great for Stevie G to come back and become the manager, but only if he proves himself as a manager, not just because he's Steven Gerrard. He's doing okay with Rangers. It's tough to judge him, though, on that alone. I think he'd probably need another club before I'd bring him into Liverpool, but I do want Jurgen Klopp to see out his contract and be here for the next 5 or so years. Craig, when I'm old enough, I'll take you for a pint of Diet Chav. Thank you, but as you said, rightly said, it will just be Diet Chav because I don't really drink. Craig, you're a twat. There you go, that's better. It's Alex. I appreciate that, mate. More what I'm used to. Tony, how are you, pal? Great to have you on as well. The schmig is coming along nicely, Craig. You'll be a real Luke Deming Flanagan. Well, look, he wants to legalise cannabis, Luke, so I'm on his side for that one. I feel we'll do just fine against Bayern Munich, said Bob. I feel there's a couple more things I think I had to speak about tonight. Oh yes, there was an article in the Echo actually, and we touched on Gini Wijnaldum a little bit earlier on. So yeah, there's a great piece in the Echo about how Gini Wijnaldum has established himself as a must starter in the Reds midfield. So the article goes on to say that this season Wijnaldum has established himself as one of the best passers of the ball in Europe, and they want to say literally. According to Y Scout, who we've spoken about before on here, so it's WY Scout, ranked against all other central midfielders across Europe's top 5 leagues who have played at least 1,500 minutes or more this season, Gini Wijnaldum ranks 3rd with a very impressive pass completion rate of 93.32%, which is damn good. Borussia Dortmund's Alex Witsel and PSG's Marquinhos complete the top 3. Wijnaldum ranks top in the Premier League in terms of his passing accuracy for forward passes with a completion rate of 86.05%. That's mad, isn't it? That is mad. Klopp is not only here till 2022. He signed a 6-year contract extension recently, or last year or something, mate. I think he's here for another 4 years at least after this. But I could be wrong. I think it's longer than 2022 though. Because remember he was here 1 year, then he signed a new contract, or he's here a year and a half and then he signed a new contract. But on Gini Wijnaldum, yeah, so wow, 93.32% passing accuracy. That is outstanding from Gini Wijnaldum. Top 3 in Europe. I mean, it just goes to show the guy has raised his level this year. So congratulations to Gini and long may it continue. There's rival fans trying to dig Alisson about his weight. Probably those big Brazilian balls of his, mate, that they're just worried about. Don't mind Alisson, he'll be just fine. Hey Craig, been following you since the early days of TOTT when you and Cash and I were podcasting. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Mike. I'm sure you'll hear Cash on here again, by the way, at some point. I mean, myself and Cash are still mates, as we are with Dave and Chris and everybody else. But sometimes life just gets in the way and, you know, we just drift off a little bit. But I'm sure you will hear their wonderful, intelligent, brilliant voices again, because I want to chat to them on here and I want you guys to listen to them again. So thank you for that, Mike. That's really kind of you. Genie's underrated, said Sam. Let's hope Bournemouth doesn't upset us. Nah, they won't. It's all good. Although I've been saying that for the last 2 games, but I'm going to keep saying it because I don't do negativity. Wijnaldum's doing better than De Bruyne. Well, he's anyone in the Premier League according to these stats, mate. Although does De Bruyne fall into the class of having... He would have, wouldn't he? He would have hit the 1500 minute mark this season, wouldn't he? Genie's class, so underrated, it's unbelievable, said Danny9541. We all love a Genie. What's your 3 wishes? The league, and the motherfucking league. Craig, it's those massive Brazilian hands of his. And the beard, can't forget about the beard. What's happened to Dave and Raptor? Raptor I still chat to. He still watches the streams, I know that for a fact, because he still comments. I don't think he just... Maybe he watches them live and doesn't comment anymore. Dave is a busy guy, I don't know. What's up with Dave? Sometimes chat with him a little bit in... We have a WhatsApp group that we keep in contact with on match days and stuff, so I still do talk to both. And still very fond, of course, with Dave and Raptor, 2 absolutely wonderful lads. Genie is the oil in the engine. That's a good way of describing it, Eric. Nice one. Where are we at here? Right, guys, as you can see, if you're watching the sub count, we have ticked up a little bit. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, I've given up and tried to figure out what the sub count is, or what the live count is on this one. But if you are watching the stream and you haven't yet subscribed and you want to help us out a little bit, please do hit that button and drop a like on the stream as well. We are going to move up this little league table of Liverpool channels, and we're going to hit 10,000 before the season ends. I can feel it. But we need your help. So if you are watching, guys, will be greatly appreciated. You streaming the match on Saturday? Yes, Martin, I will be, buddy. We will be starting at 2:30, so half an hour before the game. I think a Champions League final defeat can be a motivation for this group of players to be spurred on for the Premier League title race. I'm happy to take any bit of positivity of anything, Anthony, or Neil Anthony. So yes, mate, we'll go with that. Craig, thank you for helping me out with depression and self-harm. You're my hero. That's well, look, mate, if we've helped you in any little way, or anyone in here has helped you in any little way, then we're grateful of that. But for us and anyone here, the most important thing is that you're doing a bit better, you're doing okay. We've spoken about mental health a lot on this stream. I suffer with mental health, other people in here do. I've got Asperger's, I've spoken about that before. I suffer massively with anxiety and confidence issues and all that type of stuff. So if we've helped you anyway, that's worth all of it, mate. So thank you, and I hope you continue to prosper. I hope you continue to do well, and lots of love to you. Origi, talk to you soon, buddy. Fabinho needs to start regularly as well as Naby so we can get continuity to keep them in top form, said Sam. Be on at 2:30. Looking forward to hearing the best commentary on YouTube. It might be a little bit different this week, Martin, depending on the stream of the game. I don't want to be doing commentary if I'm a minute or so behind, so we will definitely be on, but it might be a little bit different. Liverpool will demolish Bournemouth this weekend. My faith never falters. There you go, Susan. We'll go with that. We do need to lay down some type of a performance this weekend, though. Okay, there's a comment there. I don't know what to do with this. I hate life, wish I'd die. Mate, all I can advise you to do is to speak to somebody, ring somebody, a professional. I'm not qualified, nor is anybody in here I'm aware of to deal with that level of hurt. So if you're watching and if that is true, then I sincerely advise you to pick up the phone and talk to a professional, or your family or friend or somebody who can help you, because there's always a way out. I don't know whether you're sincere, genuine or not, but I'm going to treat it as so. We need an early goal because the longer the game goes on, the more anxious we will get. To Troy Francis. Craig, grow a mohawk. I'm trying to grow my hair as it is, mate. I mean, look at it. It's getting there. Look at all this hair here. This is the longest my hair has been in many a year. What else we got? We need a clean sheet Saturday. A win will do me, but yeah, clean sheet would be nice. And LFC, you'll never walk alone. Honestly, mate, do speak to somebody, pal, or ring somebody if you're feeling that way, because I know it can be damn tough. But there is always a brighter day, buddy. But speak to a professional, a doctor, the Samaritans. I know that sounds like I'm just trying to pawn you off, but I'm not qualified to give you the correct advice. So that's all I can say. But love and thoughts with you, buddy. Were your tattoos painful, Craig? Some of them were, some of them weren't. The ones around the elbow were quite painful. The forearm and stuff like that isn't too bad. The bend of the arm, the crease of the arm, that area there is quite tender, so that was a bit painful. Guardiola's a B-Tech Craig. Yeah, he is. Damn right he is. A B-Tech Craig that is infinitely more wealthy than I will ever be, but yeah, a B-Tech Craig, definitely. Hey, how's it going? Good to be here, said Kev Roy. I'm very well, thank you, Kev. How are you, my friend? Rod's got home for a 4-3-2-1-0. Boom. There you go. That's a formation and a half. What do you think, Craig? About what, Daniel? Sorry. With Keita playing the central attacking midfield behind the front three and opportunities to go forward, not being stuck to the central left. Yes, his best position is certainly more central. Maybe with a holding two behind, so a Henderson and a Fabinho. Give him a bit of freedom, Daniel. I do agree with you on that one. If you could interview any Liverpool player, who would you interview? Does it have to be someone that's playing here now? Because if it wasn't, then it would be Lucas Leiva. I'd love to get his perspective and his honest view on the way he was treated by some of the fans and his time at the club. And I'm very, very fond of Lucas Leiva. If it's somebody that's here now, I'd have to take into account the language barrier. So Andy Robertson, yeah, I wouldn't mind interviewing Andy Robertson, but again, I'd much more rather be here talking to you people, and I mean that sincerely. My whole reason for starting this channel was to meet Liverpool fans and chat to them, and I've never had an interest in interviewing players or managers or any of that shit. There's enough people to do that amazingly well. Redman, Anfield Rap, all those guys do that fantastically well. Did you say you're going to get another Liverpool tattoo? I don't know if we did, but if we win the league, I'm sure I will put it somewhere somehow. Have you only tattoos in your arms? No, I've one on my leg as well, Martin. Well, two. I've one on each leg, but they're on my calves of each leg. Hey Craig, see all the media licking Man City's ass. So positive for winning the league. City will definitely focus on the Champions League when they're deep into the competition. Yeah, the way, Richard, some of the media are putting it, might as well not show up. I mean, Sky Sports in particular are wheeling out fucking Danny Higginbottom, Danny Mills and every other gobshite that they can think of to tell us why Manchester City are going to win the league. Good on them. Let them keep doing it. That's not going to affect lads on the field. That's not going to affect us one bit. So let them keep trying to push their little agenda, and we'll go about doing our thing. There's a massive gap after Bournemouth, except Bayern Munich. It's still a game though, to be fair. And then it's United. Starting lineup prediction. I don't know. For me, it all comes down to Trent being available. If he is, Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Henderson, Mane, Firmino, Salah. That'll be my 11. Although I'll go through that in more detail tomorrow, because tomorrow night's stream will be a full preview of the Bournemouth game. And as always, we'll be here at about 10:10 for that one. So I hope you can join us for that, because it will be a proper preview. And I'd love to know your thoughts on the 11 tomorrow. And we'll have more information from the press conference. The manager will let us know who is available and who isn't, hopefully. And it'll be just a bit easier. I tend to leave the previews till the day before. Score prediction for the match: 3-1. 3-1. And who scores? I don't know, mate. Salah will get one. Bobby might get one, and I'll leave it at that. I'd love to interview Oxlade-Chamberlain. Looks like a nice guy. That's a good show. That's a very good show. I'd say that'd be a great interview as well. He's one of those players that beats man and then finds himself in space. Who's further up the pitch, I'd be worried for the opposite team. Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Daniel. He does work better, and there was actually something on this in the Echo, I think, recently, where they looked at him in the two positions, and his stats are much better playing for the centre. 4-3-3 in heavy metal football until the end, said Survivor 202. What would you think of Felipe Anderson in our team as a 10? I'd rather him out wide, mate, on the left hand side, because he's just ridiculously fast, but he's much better than I gave him credit for. And he's settled into the Premier League very well, hasn't he? So I think we can rule out getting him, though, because once a player comes in like that and goes to West Ham, you're talking ridiculous money to get him. The chance was there, and we didn't pull the trigger, so just back the gaffer, I suppose, but he is a very good footballer. The Liverpool channel did a good 60 minutes with Lucas after he left, where he talks about them issues repeatedly now and again. Yeah, but I mean really talk about them, Thomas, like not as in what I can say in the Liverpool channel. I mean, I'd love to sit down in a pub, not recording anything, and really get his opinion on his time here. That's one of the reasons I've never had an interest in interviewing a manager or a player or anything, because you can't get the truth out of them. They have to be careful about what they say, and I'd only interview somebody if it was no holds barred and if there was nothing I couldn't ask. Because that's the way I am. There's nothing in my life that's a mystery. I'm an open book. I've said this to you guys before. I should do a Q&A someday. I don't know if anybody wants me to do a Q&A, but if anyone ever does, I'm certainly happy to sit here for a while and answer questions, because I've got nothing in my life that's a secret. I'm an open book. Except for obviously my S&M preferences, but other than that, it's all grand. I'm a BTEC Anfield Agenda on Twitter with retweeting Liverpool stuff. I don't really retweet much stuff from the club, except maybe the team selection on match days, and some videos. Actually, they do put out some good videos from time to time. Is Anderson a realistic sign, even if we wanted to pay mad money? It's probably better, but I can understand the argument for it, because he's used to the league. So I could make a very good argument with somebody as to why they should. I don't think he's realistic, though. West Ham aren't going to let him go that soon either. Hello, Paul. How are you, mate? Thank you for joining us. I think Hoover is in the Champions League squad. He is. He 100% is. He's been named in the A list, or the A squad, for the Champions League, along with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. That squad, I can't remember the exact makeup. I remember 17 people, and then there's 8. I'll be making a fool of people. Keita Hoover is absolutely in the A squad for that one. Do you think Keita should start on Saturday? I'd keep starting him to get his confidence up. No, I don't. I would, if he does, I mean, sound. I would go with Fabinho, Henderson and Gini for this game to just try and get a win, because we need a win. We can't afford another slack performance. But we went for Mane, and I never thought we would. I get you, Tony. I completely understand where you're coming from, pal. And as I said, I wouldn't be against it at all. I'd love to see a central attack in mid. Think he'd be far better suited there due to his dribbling. Was this in regards to Keita? Because, yeah, exactly, spot on. It's his best position. Right, you wonderful people. I'm going to call it a night, if that's okay. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way, you amazing people, if you haven't done so already, and drop a like on the stream. I don't know if we've passed 100 likes on the stream yet. I hope we have. But do please subscribe if you haven't. We're on the road to 10k. I'm hoping we get there before the season's out. It looks like we will, but if you want to help us out, please do. Your game watch-alongs are way better than dumb podcasts I listen to. Thank you, Bob. I used to do podcasts, by the way, and I probably will start another one again in the near future, because I love them. Right, guys, look, I'm going to say nighty night. Larry, 106 likes. Brilliant. Thank you so much to everyone who was with us tonight. The numbers went from 6, 1, -1. The live count was just nuts tonight. But look, tomorrow, preview, 10:10. Hope you can join us for that one. Enjoy your Friday, ladies and gents, and I'll talk to you soon. Up the motherfucking Reds.